Hello, everyone. Hola, mundo. Welcome, world, and welcome to Voces Poderosas. My name is Jackie Bouvier, and I continue to shine the light on our nation's most powerful voices of influence. I am creating a movement, as I've been saying. We're inspiring so many individuals to just bring on their Latinidad through powerful and influential voices. I'm excited to introduce to you guys today Anna Jurka, sports and entertainment anchor. She is on air sports talent, Telemundo Media, a division of NBC Universal. She is in Florida, and I just want to say thank you for being here today. Thank you for being part of Voces Poderosas. And more importantly, I just want to say, Anna, thank you for being una voz poderosa in our nation. So, why don't you
Oh,
tell us, who are you? What is your
oh,
story?
Jackie. No, primero que todo, like, first of all, thank you so much for being so nice. After that intro, now I'm nervous. I'm like, oh my God. After that intro, that's really it's powerful. So thank you so much for making me part of this beautiful movement you've created. I know you're very busy and you've been talking to a lot of very wise people. So it's just an honor to say hi to your audience and to you and looking at you always smiling. It makes me feel good. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Who am I? I'm a sports and entertainment lover. I'm a mom, a friend, a wife, someone with a lot of guilty pleasures, and a food lover. That's who I am. Well, I have to confess that when I moved to the States, like um, 13 years ago, I think, to me it was like, what is that Hispanic Heritage Month? Like I didn't really, I really didn't get into it at the beginning. I was like, oh yeah, Hispanic Heritage Month, something to just like check the box that we're doing something different this month or whatever. Um, but then after I was like working and working more and more and more and growing, and especially after I had my kids, I'm like, oh no, this is something very important. This is something we have to really pay attention to, not just because it's the pride we have on our cultures, the difference between not every Hispanic it's from Spain or Mexico, like not everyone thinks the same. Like a Boricua thinks completely different than a Dominican, even though they're so close, like things like that. I started to realize how rich we are, how different we are as Latinos, and how proud of I was of saying, no, I'm from Honduran. I'm Honduran. I'm from Honduras. Because every time they would say, "Oh, are you Colombian? Are you Mexican?" They always think that I'm either Colombian or Mexican, and I'm like, no, I'm from Honduras, and I started like feeling, that itch, that wanting to tell people who I was, where I'm come from, and especially when I had my kids. I think it's something that I have found as a I don't know, maybe I can say a new thing to do, um, una nueva pasión in me, a new passion that I want to make sure that everyone knows where I'm from. Because I remember when I was like just dreaming of working on TV, there weren't a lot of Hondurans on TV or the media in general. And I remember Neida Sandoval, who is like, to me, she opened so many doors, not only for Hondurans, but for Central Americans in general. She's such a great journalist, and she's amazing in everything she does. And I think that every time there's the Hispanic Heritage Month, I want to be what she was for me. Like whenever I was in my country dreaming about making my way into TV, I remember I didn't see a lot of us, and whenever I saw her, I was like, it is possible. I can do it too. One day I can be like Neida. One day I can do my own thing and everything. So for me now, it's something that I want to be for others, like an example that we can do things, and that not everyone is the same. Like Hondurans are different than Salvadorians, even though we are very similar, like all Central America and even Mexico, but we're not the same, and we are proud of what we bring to the table.
Oh, that's awesome. I love it. I love your passion for your country. That's beautiful.
Thank
So
you.
nice. So Anna, why don't you tell us a little bit, especially those out there listening, a little bit of how you got to where you are in terms of your profession, right? And what you do, and give us advice. Give us at least three tidbits of advice so that anyone can be positively encouraged and empowered, and so that, just like Nada did to you, what would you do to others, right?
Yeah. Well, to be honest with you, with me, it was just like, I don't want to say luck. I think I'm very blessed. I have to say it like that. I'm very, very blessed. I got on TV here without no one to call. Like I didn't have one connection. I didn't know anybody. I literally got my demo as in the old times. I got my demo, went and knocked on doors, and I was blessed to have a call back, and I went and I did the casting, and I stayed. Like they liked me, and I stayed, and from there I'm just like, moving up and up and up. But to me, I want, what I want really, really, really people to understand, especially young people, is that nothing is easy. Nothing is easy. There's no secret sauce. You have to work hard. Work really, really hard. Even if you're in a teeny tiny place, you can make a difference, and you can grow, and you can help that place grow, and that's how you move up. There's no secret sauce. Of course you're gonna see a lot of situations where someone that's not as good as you but have a good relationship with someone moves up because he knows someone or whatever. But usually they don't last, or usually they're not as respected. What I think people need to understand that you have to work hard, and maybe if you want something, you have to create the opportunities by, I don't know, let's say I work for Telemundo, and we don't have NBA here. We are the exclusive rights for the FIFA events and for Premier League and for Chivas, and we have the NFL on Sundays. We don't have NBA. We don't have it. We used to have it a long time ago, but since last year, there's been, the conversation that, Telemundo or NBC might acquire the rights for the NBA in the next, cycle, whenever the rights, whatever. And I was like, what if we get NBA? So I started like going back into my days in Orlando when I had to cover the Orlando Magic every single day. And I started like going back to whatever I did to be on top of every NBA news. And if tomorrow they announce that NBC acquired the NBA rights, I know I'm ready for the job. I know that if they want to say, hey, we need a host for the NBA, I can say, hey, I can do it. I did it as a reporter 11 years ago. I can do it. Maybe you can give me the opportunity, but it's hard work. Yes, of course. I don't go out as much as other people do. Or maybe I could be watching something on Netflix or an HBO. I don't know, whatever your favorite platform is. But I'm studying. I'm working hard, and whenever that opportunity comes to me, I'm gonna be ready. And that is what you have to do, because I feel like a lot of, especially young people, like starting into the business, they're entitled. They think that everything is just like glamour, like you have someone doing your hair, makeup, and that's it. No, you have to work really, really, really hard. People say, oh, Anna, but you travel everywhere around the world. Yeah, but it wasn't like that all the time. At the beginning, no, I would be on camera for 30 seconds, even though even if I had the information to be on camera and be on as a host for hours, I was on camera for 30, maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute. And from there, I started growing. But every time I had the opportunity, thankfully, I was ready because I'm a freaking nerd. And that's what you have to do. And those kids that are starting out, like, I love when I see a kid saying, like, hey, can I bring you coffee? To the one to the producer, or something, like they want to help others in any way. That's what you have to do. Those are the ones that grow and do things different. So nothing is easy, and I'm sure you know that, Jackie. Well, it's an advice that I got from Don Francisco.
Ah.
He said once, he said, the media in general, this industry, this career is not a sprint, it's a marathon. And people want to just run and get it immediately, but this is not a sprint. This is a marathon. And one time I said, how can he talk about anything? How can this man talk about whatever? And how does he know everyone, not everyone in the industry, but everyone in that comes to his show? Because I remember when he invited me to his show with a group of my colleagues before the Russia 2018 World Cup. And I mean, he knew who I was, but he didn't know who I was. Like, he knows, okay, this is Ana Jurka from sports, and I like her because she's nice or whatever, but he doesn't really know me. But he started talking to me, and I'm like, how does he know that? How does he know that? He studied me? What? And in what world? In what world does Don Francisco, a freaking legend, know something about me? Nobody. Wow. Like, I'm just starting. Like, I'm not even a dot in this huge world, and he knows about me. And he told me that after, on another event, I asked him specifically that. I'm like, Don Francisco, I remember then when I just started to know you, like personal. I was impressed. And how did you know about me? Like, how? And he said that he always wanted to know every person who comes to his show, even if he's going to talk about just 30 seconds with that person, because every person has a story to tell. And I was like, and you always talk about anything. And he told me, Ana, how do you do when you go on air and you start talking about all those games, and everyone is like, she's not reading, she's just talking? And I'm like, well, I prepare my notes and and he goes, exactly, I prepare, I study a lot. You know what? And he said, la preparación es la clave de la improvisación. It's the preparation is the key for improvisation. That's how we would translate that, right? Yes. And I was like, no, like, boom. And every time I'm like, I have to do something, even if I know that I'm just going to talk, I'm just going to have 5 minutes. And sometimes people make fun of me, my colleagues. I'm like, oh, la ñoña, la nerda. But I just feel good doing it, like, if I have 5 minutes to talk, but I prepare to talk for hours just in case.
Wow, your advice is amazing. I'm sitting here thinking, wow, that's a lot of learning, and that's a lot of preparation and a lot of time that you're putting into everything that you're doing, which makes you the professional, right? And it gives you that leverage when you're interviewing people and talking. You say, Don Francisco, I'm like, ¿cómo dijo que dijo? Sábado gigante.
Exactly.
So it's a legend. What a legend.
What a legend.
Awesome, Anna. I'm honored to have you here, and thank you for giving us great advice. Well needed advice. it's going to just inspire so many people out there. And like I said, your voice is powerful, which is why
Thank you.
you are part of our Voces Poderosas. And I just want to say thank you for being on here. I really genuinely wish you the best. And I know that we'll be seeing each other. So thank you for your time and thank you for making a difference in all of our lives.
Thank you, Jackie. Thank you so much.
Thank you.